Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. I just got through massaging and I think I got some readings that are about to pop up in a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that I got your weekly pull in and I didn't forget about it or get too busy. So let's see what the week ahead has in store. So we know how we do it. We're going to pick a number from 1 to 5. Some people can pick more than one number. If that's what Spirit is telling you, go ahead and pick a different number too. But 1 through 5, and we'll see, what the message is. Wow. Hold up, you guys. Dang. It was like a lot of stuff came flying all out at one time. I didn't even get a good shuffle. But maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. So, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 cards that came out on top of each other. So, we're going to use them together. So, God, dog, and Spirit, I guess we're going to do 6 cards. So, I guess they're saying, look, we don't want to do that 1 through 5. We want to do this number. So, the first 2 cards that came out stuck together. Number 1, seeing things clearly, walking away from drama. So, if you chose number 1, what I get is, of course, somebody getting tired of conflict. I feel like for some people, you've chosen to look at things in a completely different way than what it really is. So for some of you, this really is like maybe you saw a person or a situation in a better light than what it really was. And now things are starting to come to light and you're like, okay, wait a minute. That's not who I thought you were. That's exactly the opposite of who I thought you were. So some of y'all are going to be seeing a situation or a person for who they really are. And a lot of you are like, you know what? No, I don't want to do it. This is not what I want to do. For some of you, I definitely feel like this is within a work environment where you maybe put a lot of trust and loyalty behind somebody. And you believed in what they were doing. You believed in what they were saying. You probably believed in the project or what you were working on. And now you're realizing that maybe you've been manipulated or maybe things have been twisted around. And now you're starting to come out and say, you know what? No, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I thought it was going to be. So the whole thing with number 1 is basically having things that are going to be coming to light that you are maybe not in agreement with at all. And you're realizing that maybe you got manipulated, you got played, or you got bamboozled by somebody. Now, I've been getting a lot of people who have been coming to me with all these spiritual mentors and people that they're trying to connect with, and then they're realizing that these people aren't who they said they were. They don't have the credentials that they said they had, or they don't even participate within this same spirituality that you did. Some of them are asking for money. Some of them are asking for sex. Be really, really careful if this is coming out in your spirituality or your religious growth within this time, because I feel like there's a lot of disappointment with maybe putting somebody on a pedestal and then kind of seeing what they're really about. And if this is you being fake, you're going to be seen for who you really are. So you might as well kind of come out and say, you know what, this is me, flaws and all, because it is showing that within this week, and probably, I want to even say within the next month, that some things are going to come out. And it's better to be on the other end of it. Be truthful, be honest about it, especially if it's going to come out anyway. So for card number 1, be careful about looking at things with rose-colored glasses, because I feel like you're going to be really disappointed when you see the true vision. Card number 2. Now, card number 2 has to do with illness. For some of you, I feel like you're bloated. Your stomach is a little bit puffy. Maybe you've tried to change your diet. Maybe you haven't tried to change your diet. I feel like this is a food allergy. Could be an allergy towards wheat. Of course, this could be having to eat gluten-free. Now, if you haven't tried this, I would go to a allergist or a nutritionist to see what they need to tweak with your diet to help with this bloat. But for some of you, I feel like no matter what you do, you can't get the stomach to go down. You've given up certain things and you're still not getting the reaction that you want. Also, I feel like for some of you, definitely constipation where you're not eating enough greens to get things moving. So make sure you're cleansing your system out. Even if you're doing enemas and things like that, you're not completely emptying your colon. So some of you may need to do colonics where you go in and actually have something cleansed out, or really you probably need to deal with a nutritionist to see what it is that could be causing you to be bloated or to feel impacted. I know this is going really, really deep, and I'm really trying not to connect with the vision of it, really. Seriously not trying to connect with the vision. So for some of you, definitely digestive problems. For other you, I feel like everything has to do with some type of allergy or allergen, something in your environment that is causing maybe some type of respiratory situation, maybe some breathing situation. I'm getting a difficulty with getting either enough air in or the quality of air that you're breathing. So for some of you, this could be exactly where you live and there's pollen or something in the air that you're connecting with that's causing you to feel like you can't breathe or causing some type of restriction with your breathing. So please make sure that you get this checked out. For some of you, I feel like you need a CPAP machine, something you need to sleep with at night that helps you get a little bit more air in or helps with your breathing a little bit better. This could even be with people who are suffering with breathing medical problems, issues where maybe you're even on oxygen. You might want to go ahead and check the level of your air, your oxygen, to see if you are where you're needing to be, or the capacity of your lungs. I'm not a doctor, so I would advise going to a doctor if you feel like you're having some issues that are causing you to have some complications breathing. That has to be the worst thing to feel, not being able to get enough air. I wouldn't want to feel it, so if you're dealing with it, please go to the doctor and get it checked out. For some of you, this is definitely digestive system, could be parasites. Definitely talk to a nutritionist or a dietitian to see what they can tweak to change this. I don't feel like surgery is needed with any of this. I feel like it's a change in the diet that would help. But like I said, I'm not a doctor. Please make sure you go to the doctor and get things checked out. Card number 3, loneliness. Some of you are just feeling disconnected from the people that you're around. You don't feel like you're fitting in. You don't feel like you're fitting into the groups, the cliques, the community, whatever it is. You're just not connecting with people. And maybe I feel like for some of you, this is maybe some friendships and things that are changing, where you just don't feel like you're part of the team anymore. You don't feel like you're part of the group, or the group is moving in a different direction. So you feel like the odd man out, or you feel like you're being left out. For some of you, this is your choice where you're deciding not to go along with the team, not to go along with people that you're dealing with, that maybe you had a friendship with in the past, but there's been some growth and now you all are not either seeing eye to eye, or this could be with somebody that you have had a close friendship with and you're like, you know what, I just don't see the point of us going on any further. You change, I've changed, we're not going on the same path. It's okay if you have to walk away from a situation that no longer serves you. We outgrow people and we outgrow situations, and we're supposed to. We're not all going to be best friends for life, and I think a lot of people have a hard time understanding that. But sometimes people come into your life to teach you a lesson, or you to teach them a lesson, and then it's time for you to move on. It's not a forever thing. But I get it that some people have a hard time with change and they hold on longer than what they're supposed to. But I do feel like for some of you, definitely you're realizing that whatever the situation is, it does not connect with you anymore. This person doesn't connect with you anymore. The environment doesn't connect with you anymore. Some of you just decided to pull away. You're tired of people. You don't like the energy anymore. You don't want to have a conversation with people. You want to be by yourself. Some of this is depression too, where you're just hurting. You're in pain and you need some time to work through it, which is okay. Take the time, but understand that, we do need each other. I mean, you may not be with your soul group now, but don't give up on finding your soul group, because at some point you need the support and you will meet like-minded people. So if you feel like you got to pull away from one situation, take the time to heal, but don't feel like you're not going to be connected to somebody or another group in the future, because I do see you will. All right, card number 4. Separation and divorce. Now, self-explanatory. This is the breakup of relationships. This could be a romantic relationship, a marriage, or even a business relationship or friendship. So what it basically is saying that right now you're deciding, or the person that you're with is deciding that they no longer want to proceed forward with a connection. Now, this could go with card number 3. where there's this loneliness and there's disconnect because maybe somebody has decided they wanted to move on. They don't want to be in a union anymore. They don't want to be in a group anymore. So for some of y'all are definitely making a decision that something is played out. You're over it. It's time to move forward. For some of you, I feel like this is separating from your family, maybe because you're adulting and you're cutting cords. You want to move by yourself. You want to have your own space. If this is not adulting, this is somebody who's just saying, I just want my own space. I don't want to be around you anymore. And this could be somebody who maybe shared a house with somebody, had a roommate situation, but they decided that, you know what, it's not for me anymore. I'm deciding I want to move forward and be in my own situation. It's okay. Like I said before, growth is really a good thing. Change is a good thing. Sometimes it's for the better. You need to move forward so that you can continue to grow and evolve, and the other person can too. For some of you, definitely the end of a marriage. I just feel miscommunication. The loving feeling is gone. You've outgrown each other, or you've outgrown a situation. For some of you, definitely, I feel like your kids are leaving, they're walking away, and now you finally feel it's okay to end your situation, your marriage, and cut cords because you've been holding on for maybe something that you felt was right, but now you're realizing that time is short and you want to be happy. So you got to do what's best for you. I don't feel like there's any type of counseling that is being looked at, and because I feel like either a person or two people have decided and made a decision they want to move forward, that they are at the end of the road. And if that's coming to you, I'm sorry, but unfortunately, like I said before, sometimes it's not meant to be forever. Now, card number 5, woman. This woman is becoming more independent. So this could be somebody who is separating from a person, a group, and just finding their independence or finding their power, finding their strength, embracing their power. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be just female, biological. There are a lot of males who have feminine energy. But what it is, basically the energy of this card is saying somebody's finding their power. They're feeling more confident in who they are. They're feeling more empowered with some of the things that they're doing because they've gone through some things. So maybe branching off from something, separating from something, pulling away from something is definitely happening, and it's going to happen in a way that makes you feel empowered. So if this card is your card, don't feel bad about finding your strength, finding your power, because I do get some guilt with this. I feel like some of you feel like you having to turn your back on certain people or certain things because of this newfound power. You don't. It's just showing that you're becoming stronger, more confident, more assertive in who you are, and it's actually a good thing, and it's going to help propel you to that next phase in your life. So whether you're male or female, this is something that actually is good because it's showing that you're really connecting with who you are. You're becoming more authentic, and you want people to see that in you, and people are noticing that. So if you did pick card number 5, it is, like I said, about being empowered, feeling stronger, doing more things for yourself, not being selfish, but definitely being self-aware. Okay, card number 6, anxiety, depression. Some of you definitely, I feel like, are standing on your own, or you're in a situation where you feel like, oh my God, things are not working out the way I wanted. I'm coming to the end of a cycle. What do I do now? What's going to happen? Am I going to be okay? Am I going to have enough money? Will I make new friends? You're overthinking the situation, and it's causing anxiety. Now, it is showing that you're going to be okay, but for some of you, I do feel like if you need to do meditation, you need to get with a therapist, or you need to get on some medication to help you over this hump, please do it, because I feel like with this anxiety, there's this feeling that change is coming, that something is about to happen, and it's big, and a lot of people are kind of anticipating it, but they're like, okay, what is the feeling? What is it? What is about to happen? And it's causing them to be really anxious about it. And not always in a bad way. But I do feel for some people, you're trying to say, okay, what's going to happen? Major changes. I know it. I feel it. I feel it like an earthquake. You feel something shaking, and you know it's going to get a little bit stronger. You're going to be okay. For some of you, I definitely feel like you're dealing with a little bit of depression because of changes that are happening in your life. Maybe things are not going exactly the way you wanted them to go, but it is showing that it is going to move in a way that works for you, and it works in a positive way. It's one of those things where it's almost like being scared, and you're having to really, really let go of fear and let things open up so that you can see you're going to be okay taking that step. So if you're feeling anxious, go ahead, take the step, one little baby step. You don't have to run a marathon. You just need to step out a little bit and see how you feel, and you'll realize that you're going to be okay. If you're depressed and you feel like you need some type of help, some medication, some therapy, somebody to talk to, go ahead and take advantage of that, because then I think you'll realize that what you're feeling is something that's workable. It's not going to stop you. It's something that actually can get better, and you can end up feeling a lot better and seeing things a lot more clearly when you come out of this fog. So don't take card number 6 as a bad card, because I kind of feel like it's a work in progress that really brings you to who you are, who you're supposed to be, and you find some type of peace, contentment with that. Okay? All right, you guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I love you. Talk to you soon.